Okay, this is the third and fourth question for the homework assignment related to lesson 11. We're going to continue working with our sample of 50 employees. So go copy the one you did. So get the headers, copy your 50. Bring it over, paste. Okay, so you got your sample pulled in. Yours is, again, a little different than mine. What we're going to do is use the data analysis feature, because the thing that we want to confirm here is what the confidence level is for a 95% confidence interval. I want to get that range of values that we'll be confident that the mean is between. So it's another statistic that helps us gauge the strength of our sample and the range at which we'd be comfortable in terms of generating a sample mean. So we have that population of 2,500. We want to know how close, what's the range of values we would expect to be if we ran a sample, 100 times. We'd expect it to be within this range. Okay, so that is, it gets stronger the bigger the sample size that we use. And we're using a 50 here, so this would get smaller, be more powerful than the 30 that we did in class together. All right, so let's figure out how to get this. A nice table. There's a real cool shortcut. One of the things you're going to need is, if you go to data, this data analysis feature. So we've talked about that in class. If you're on a Windows machine, you might have to go to the add in and add in the data analysis tool pack. So you go to options, add in, and then click on go, and then pick the data analysis tool pack. There's like 5 clicks you have to do before you find it. So get that added. Then once you do, use it and go to descriptive statistics. So there's a whole bunch of things here that you can do. Go to descriptive statistics, click on that. All right, so you're going to have to fix this up. So get rid of that. And we're going to input the range. Is this annual salary? I'm going to start with that, annual salary. Okay, then we also have to tell it where we want to put the table. So let's get rid of that, and we'll put it inside here. So right there, G16 would be awesome. So make sure it says just G16. Okay, and 95%, make sure yours says 95% there, that's clicked. And that's all you really need. Say okay. All right, so you notice what we have here is all the statistics you just did back in the previous assignments. Let me compare for you. There's the mean, 51,520, right? 51,520. And if you extend the decimals out here, these will match perfectly, okay? I truncated them. And the standard deviation is 34.99. Standard deviation is 34.99. And the standard error that I had to do for a sample size of 50 should match 494 or 495. Yes, 495 right there. All right, so how handy is that you can just generate all of those statistics very quickly in a table. Now the add-on thing that I'm asking you to look at here is this confidence level. So 6.4 is about creating intervals. So what we'd be saying here is that we're 95% confident that the mean would be between these two values. And so what you do is you add this to get the high. So you add it to the mean to get the high, and you subtract it from the mean to get the low. So let's do that. Low, high, whoops, equals the mean minus the confidence level. And then here equals the mean minus, plus the confidence interval. There we go. So that's the range right there. Let me get rid of some of those decimals that we would expect to see. If we generated a random sample, we would expect that the mean would be somewhere in this range. And my guess is that roughly 30 students in the class, that all of you would be within this range. So that's the idea, that if we combined all of our results, we'd all be within this range right here, 95% of the time, okay? All right, so that's really all you have to do for this. If you want to get rid of that, you can, just delete that out. Okay, and if you want to dress this up a little bit, you can merge and center them, and then type descriptive statistics. Okay. And you could even put n equals 50. Sample size of 50. All right, so that's all you had to do for this particular one. Make sure you get the high and the low there. That's your confidence interval. 95% of the time you expect the mean to be in that range. All right, this next exercise is, I just wanted you to do it a couple more times because that was pretty fast, and I think it's good practice. So you've got bonds, you've got 40 different bonds, company ticker symbols are there, the years to maturity on each bond, and the yield on each bond. So this would be percent, 4.079% yield on that bond. And I'm going to have you create the descriptive statistics for both the years to maturity and also on the yield. And I'd like you to put them in these spaces. So kind of outline that area for you. All right, so let's go ahead and go to data analysis, descriptive, yes. Okay, you gotta edit this, so get that out of there, click on the dialog. We're gonna do years to maturity, and enter, and make sure here, get rid of that. I want you to put it right there, that's perfect. F15, okay, it says 95%, make sure you have that, and then say okay. All right, and if you wanna clean that up a little bit, color it. Descriptive statistics on years to maturity, right? Okay, and then get your low and high. So you subtract from the mean confidence level, and here you'd add. Okay, I'd like to do the same thing for the yield. Okay, so that's for the years maturity. I'd like to also do the yield. So let's try again. Data analysis, descriptive statistics, yes. Okay, now you got to move this over to C. So you're going to edit, oops, yeah, that's going to work. Try again. Just get rid of that. Highlight this. Make sure you tell it that you want it to go someplace else, preferably right here. Make sure it says 95 and say okay. Should be good. Yay. All right, if you want to clean that up, call it descriptive statistics on yield. That's yield to maturity, not years, but yield. Okay, the percent. And if you want to just copy these over, you can, because they're formulas and they reference the same space. Okay, so this is your 95% confidence interval on the average yield. So you would expect the yield to be between here and here 95% of the time. Okay, so that's what that means. Not all the time, but 95% of the time. Okay, that's the end of the homework. Hopefully these videos will help you get things done. If you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. Oh, by the way, before you hang up here, okay, on the requirements tab, make sure you rename this file, okay? So you want your last name, first name, homework, chapter 6, part 1. And then make sure you save right here on this tab. So hit the save button before you exit the file and upload your answers. So you do that, hit save before you exit and before you upload. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.